Welcome back to episode 5 of Beat the League. And everything has suddenly got very, very tight at the top of the Premiership. 4 teams are still in the hunt. This is anyone's game. Welcome back to Anderzbaz FM and episode 5 of Beat the League. If you are a new visitor to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes of Beat the League or our main series Tier 11 to the top. And obviously, if you like today's episode, use that like button, throw some comments down below, let me know your thoughts on the series as a whole and what you'd like to see as a future Beat the League series. But today we are away at White Hart Lane to face Tottenham. But before we get to that game, a lot has happened in the Premiership. Things have got very, very tight at the top. And as you can see, Man United have slipped from their throne. Let's take a look at the games since the last episode. So, as you will remember, we managed to beat Leeds 3-1 at Ellen Road. A goal after just 16 seconds from Maric set the table, and we got another 2 to put the game beyond any doubt. After that, however, we had the little foray into Europe, and a 10-men Newcastle side away in Turkey couldn't get the job done. There was a 2-guy missed penalty as well that was very, very close to putting us down 1-0 in the first leg, but it stayed 0-0, and we'll see what happened in the second leg very shortly. Back in the league, however, the winning form continued. We've been winning every single league game since the middle of January, and it continued here with a 3-goal hat-trick for Alan Shearer and a 4-goal rout at home to Sheffield Wednesday, getting back revenge for the 4-3 defeat earlier in the season. Shearer on top form, and that form for the whole team continued as the second Tyne-Wear derby of the season that occurred at the Stadium of Light, and we came away 3-2 victors. It was a very, very active first 10 minutes. We got a goal from Pistone, and then Jody Craddock equalised within a minute. The second half was equally frantic. Sunderland went 2-1 up, but then a quick fire double from Speed and Ferguson gave us the 3-2 victory. You'll see there that Shearer picked up a little bit of a knock, but he was back to full fitness by the next game, the tough clash at home to Manchester United. And you'll remember that last time we faced United, it was a 6-5 defeat at Old Trafford, an absolute scorcher, an 11-goal thriller. This time round, there was only 5 goals, but it went in our favour. Ryan Giggs opened the scoring, but before half-time, we equalised with an Alan Shearer strike, and then immediately after the break, Silvio Maric, who has been in some credible form, put us ahead. Ferguson made it 3 with 20 minutes to go, and a quick equaliser from York was all that Man United could muster, so we ended up winning 3-2, and that has had some huge implications at the top of the table. The last fixture, we'll just quickly cover here, was a 3-1 home defeat against Galatasaray, knocking us out of the Champions League, but that is okay, we don't care. Hakan Suko got 2, Danielson got a goal just after being dropped from the Brazil squad actually, but he got a goal, made a mark on the game, but we lost 3-1 and out of Europe. But who cares, we are back in the Premier League. We are focused on a title challenge perhaps. And I say perhaps because at the top of the table everything is very, very tight. Ignore the fact that Liverpool are now on 75 points. They were on 72, but they won their game yesterday. But there is a huge clash over second place. Man United face Arsenal in this 7:45 kickoff here on this Wednesday evening. At the same time, we travel to White Hart Lane, and whoever wins that game will be sitting second in the league. Liverpool have been on a great run of form, and they're now top. Man United have just fallen away recently, including that defeat to ourselves. They sit second, and then third and fourth are level on 68 points, and as you can see, that is Arsenal and ourselves. Newcastle are right up there in the hunt. If we hadn't conceded as many goals as we have done, we would probably be ahead of Arsenal on goal difference because we've scored a lot more. In fact, only Liverpool have scored as many of us this season, and that's thankful to their 9-goal thrashing of Watford earlier on. But yeah, as you can see, it is very close at the top. At one point, there was just 4 points covering the 4 teams. Obviously, Liverpool have got another 3 now, so they have pushed themselves ahead ever so slightly. Today's opposition for Newcastle, however, is Spurs, who are down in 6th, and they'll be looking for a victory to try and claw back Borough to get themselves into that 5th place in the all-important European places. So this is the 11 who will be travelling down to White Hart Lane, given in goal Van Bronckhorst, Dabizas, Howie and Pistone as the back 4, Danielson, Speed, Maric and Solano in midfield, and then Gallagher and Shearer up front. You'll notice that Duncan Ferguson is absent. He is lacking quite a bit of match fitness, and Kieran Dyer has been dropped to the bench. He's also struggling a little bit, so we're going to start him on the bench and see if he can come on later in the game to make a bit of an impact. This is going to be a big victory if we should manage it, because that'll put us right in the hunt for second and maybe even the title. Let's get straight to the game. So here we go then. It is underway at White Hart Lane, and I'll be keeping an eye on the Man United Arsenal game as well, because that will have some implications on our own standing in the league. And it looks like Arsenal have gone ahead early with a Dennis Bergkamp goal after 4 minutes at Old Trafford. But we are advancing ourselves. Van Bronckhorst tries to get a ball into the box, but it is dealt with by Carr. He can't quite get past the first defender. But we go again with a second opportunity. Maric there hasn't scored in the first few seconds like he has done in the last 2 episodes. But we are advancing down the near side now. Pistone has it. He's got round his defender, but he has been challenged, and Iverson is breaking. Can we stop the counter-attack? Ginola, with a poor effort in the end, goes just wide. And that is not the best of shots from Ginola in the end. But this Tottenham side has got a few familiar faces. Ian Walker in goal, Sol Campbell obviously in defence, Darren Anderson, Herman Hreidarsson, David Ginola obviously, and Stefan Iverson up front. And probably a few others in there that you'll recognise yourself. But 20 minutes gone, and so far it's been a little bit quiet after those opening few highlights. We're going to shout demand more as we get another highlight here actually. And Pistone's ball into the box is cleared, but Speed has it outside the area. And we've gone all the way back to Howie and then all the way back to Given. Let's calm things down and start this attack again. And it'll be really interesting to see what happens in that game at Old Trafford, because should things go a certain way, we might be able to get ourselves into second. So if there's a draw there and we get a victory, in fact that was a great effort from Shearer. He's hit the post, however. But yeah, if there's a draw in that game and we get the victory here, we could see ourselves sneaking into second place. I don't think the goal difference quite works, however, against Man United, as they have equalised with Dwight York. But there's a Spurs corner. Ginola whips it in, and it has gone over the bar from De Jong. And that was just a quick highlight. So yeah, if we get the victory, that will put us on to, that will put us on to 71 points. So we'll draw level with United and still be 4 behind Liverpool. But obviously we need to get a goal in order to do that. And we're going to move from balanced to positive and see if we can show some passion. Hopefully they will not score before that shout comes in. Another corner from Ginola. And Iverson's got it, but he's been pushed out to the wing himself. But Anderson has got bags of space, and a cracking effort has just gone just over the bar. And that was very nearly a Spurs goal. So far it has been a bit tight. Neither side has really been showing that they are the better of the two. And we've gone to half time, and it's a draw in both games. So the second half is underway, and we've picked up another yellow card. Hopefully, I've not made any changes, so hopefully the change we made in the middle of the first half, moving to positive, will start to take effect a bit more now, and we can start pressing on and making a bit of a difference. So we're starting the attack from the back once again, as given waltzes forward, finds Howie, who finds Maric, and we're looking to build from the back. A ball out to the wing to Solano is brought down to Pistone, who can't quite get past Ginola, who intercepts the ball and advances, and there is a great counter-attack chance here for Spurs. Ginola shoots and Ginola scores. That is a much better shot from the one in the first half. and he does a little forward roll, and that is 1-0 Spurs, and that has really thrown a spanner in the works. Our chances of getting anything close to the title are going to be well and truly out of the window if we lose this game to Spurs here. And Given is left diving after the ball that's passed him. I think we need to start throwing things at the wall here. Go attacking. Close Ginola down. We've got 65 minutes on the clock. We're about to make a few substitutions, but we'll see this highlight go through first. And Anderson has broke down on this near side, and there's men in the box. He doesn't use them. Maybe he should have done, but Given holds on to it. And a Newcastle attack will fall with a long throw. A lovely long throw from Given, but he can't quite find Danielson on this near side. And the ball is sent back by Spurs, and they are looking at the more dangerous of the two sides. Hopefully our defence will hold up strong. And Horidason finds Ginola on the far side. Can Ginola find the ball into the box? He can, but Given is there to take control of the ball. And once again, we start from the goalkeeper, who sends a long ball up to Danielson. And this is a good chance for a break. Danielson's running at pace through the defence, but his shot is wasteful and it's gone wide. And now we're going to make a few substitutions and see if we can make more of an imprint on this game and get a goal back. So 3 changes have been made. Gavilan, Lee and Dyer have replaced Solano, Maric and Gallagher, with Dyer going up front with Shearer, but it's not looking like we are going to get a chance to get a goal back. There are 10 minutes to go and Arsenal are now 2-2 with Man United. Solskjaer has got the equaliser straight after Ljungberg's strike, and the goals have come through in the wrong order on our mini printer, and Newcastle have got the ball. Lee finds Shearer, and Gavilan, new to the side. He hasn't made any starts to the team yet, and that shot has gone comfortably wide, and it's looking like Spurs are going to come out victors here, which is really going to help their challenge for 5th, but it does put us a little bit on the back foot. It leaves us 7 points behind Liverpool at the top of the table. And this is not how we wanted this episode to go down. Man United and Arsenal have held each other to a 2-2 draw, and Newcastle ended up losing to Spurs 1-0 away from home. Our first defeat in several. Let's go back and have a look at the table and see what the next episode has got in store. So here we are then, 4th place in the table. We're only 1 point behind Arsenal still. Obviously they could only draw with Man United. So we're 1 point behind Arsenal, 3 behind United, and 7 behind Liverpool. Obviously, we've still got Liverpool left to play, but I think that 7 points is going to be a little bit too far for us to bridge the gap. But we'll have a look at the schedule and see what that next episode is going to entail, because I think it is going to be that Liverpool game, the penultimate one of the season. And if there's anything left to play for after it, we'll have the Derby game as well. It's been a bit of a disappointing episode. We've been on such a great run of form, but a defeat away at Tottenham has really dampened our hopes of making anything of this season other than a top 4 finish. If we look back at the league again, though, here we are on 68 points, far clear of that 11th place target, and I believe the target now has got to be just securing 4th place and hopefully trying to sneak into either 2nd or 3rd, but I think the chances of that were today's episode. United and Arsenal facing each other, with us getting a win against Spurs would have really put us in amongst the pigeons. But that is all we have time for on today's episode. As I say, a disappointing one, but I hope you've enjoyed the journey, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you so much. I've been Anderzbaz. Goodbye.